start the show today in the United Kingdom. Now, Liam Garcia is a name that you might want to pay attention to. He's a Sheffield-based volunteer who is walking.
Yep.
Walking.
Yep.
Do you know where he's walking to?
All the way.
All the way to South Africa. I said walking to South Africa to raise awareness of the water sanitation projects across the continent.
Well, the trek will see Liam walk over 11,000 miles through 15 different countries. Sadly, Troy joined him for part of his journey this morning.
Liam Garcia has long dreamt of being an explorer, and on World Water Day this year, he strapped on his backpack and began an incredible 2-year journey. Liam's going to be setting a world record with this one. By October next year, he would have travelled an incredible 11,000 miles between Sheffield and Cape Town in South Africa, all aimed at raising awareness of the problems faced by communities en route. You see, in some parts of the world, water is more precious than gold. In fact, it can be the difference between life and death. Nearly 800 million people have no access to clean water, and every 20 seconds, a child across the globe dies as a result of poor sanitation. This morning, we joined Liam as he walked by some of London's water and sanitation systems, a reminder that 8 million of us living here in London often take this fundamental human right to sanitation for granted.
Oh, great.
So part of Liam's walk this morning involves him coming here to Russell Square, where he used this toilet made out of one-way mirrors. The idea is that the person on the inside gets to see panoramic views of the outside and gets to feel what it's like for people in many parts of Africa who have to use a toilet without any privacy.
The toilet we're in is see-through, and it's one-way glass, and the idea behind it is to give people a perspective on what open defecation is like. In the majority of the countries we're working, there isn't access to the kind of infrastructure that we have, so the option is, there are no other options other than to defecate in the open. So to bring home to people in the UK, and the people who've come today, exactly what it would feel like to leave your front door, leave your back door, walk out 20 yards into the country or into your garden, and this be your sanitation practice.
What does it feel like to you?
It's oppressive. The idea of this is, for me, it's oppressive in the fact that you literally have no privacy from anybody, no security from threats, from dangers, and from that I'm not describing this well at all. It's a scary feeling, I guess, to be able to sit here at your most vulnerable as well, and be open to the world.
Today's walk was also a great opportunity to catch up with someone who could possibly give Liam some advice. You've done something quite similar to this in the 1980s.
That's right, going back a bit, we roller skated from Sheffield to Rome to raise money for Tigray province in northern Ethiopia during the famine.
What tips would you have for Liam?
Oh my gosh, what tips? I just don't know, because I have no idea. How do you sustain yourself for that length of time? You've got to have some pretty inner depth, strong inner depth, I think. I'm not sure how well I'd cope. So I'm ashamed to say I've got no real tips at all. What do you say? Just good luck.
Good luck indeed. Liam is setting off from Westminster tomorrow morning as he heads towards Canterbury. Volunteers wishing to carry his mighty heavy backpack for him are more than welcome to join.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
Well, I don't know where to start with that. I don't know whether to start talking about the toilet or talking about the walk.
I couldn't sit that.
I wouldn't be able to go. I wouldn't be able to go if anyone was watching. Even if they weren't watching, but you thought they were watching, I wouldn't be able to go. I wouldn't. Well, look, that is a fantastic initiative there. We're very pleased to say that Liam Garcia joins us now. Good evening, Liam.
As
Come
he
in.
walks into the studio. Wow.
All 25 kilos of the backpack as well.
Fantastic.
Have a
Welcome
seat.
to the show.
Thank you very much.
Listen, this is... Am I right? Is this going to be some kind of world record?
It could potentially be, but the problem is at the moment, because of the political situation in some of the countries, we can't sit out saying it will be. We're unsure about what's going to happen in Egypt and Sudan. So I don't want to go out there saying I'm going for it, because there's other factors.
But it's about more than a world record, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. The main reason behind it is to raise funds and awareness of the water and sanitation projects en route. So we're working with mainly primary schools in each country along the way to provide them with water and sanitation. resources and provision. So maybe rainwater harvesting or toilets.
And where did this come from? First of all, where did the idea come from that you were so passionate about water? Because there's lots and lots of water projects you could get involved with without walking 11,000 miles. And then where did this idea come to walk 11,000 miles? I mean, it is a mind-boggling distance.
I guess a little bit of it is, my own personal desire to challenge myself. I guess, but I was inspired by a man I met walking around Ireland. I was living in North America, and my granddad was ill, so I came back to the UK. And after he passed, he was Irish. I went for kind of a month and a while, travelling around Ireland to go see where he was from and a few other things. And on that journey, which was quite inward as well, I encountered a family, the husband of which was walking from Copenhagen to Amsterdam for cerebral palsy.
Wow.
And I thought, this is a great story, this is a great guy, and he's doing something really positive.
Yeah.
So helped him out with some PR and marketing, because I'd had some experience in that in the past, and people really got behind it. But it's such a simple idea. Everybody walks.
I'm assuming you haven't got a job.
Not anymore, no.
Right, so how on earth are you funding yourself?
So it's been about 2.5 years in the planning since I was in Ireland that time.
Wow.
Since then, it's been working full-time, doing this on the side, and then the last year I had to switch that around and decided to do this full-time, all voluntary-based, so not being paid at all, and then working in the evenings and weekends on a different company, trying to make the money I needed. I did move back in with my parents as well, because you have to make that sacrifice.
You've got Nick Clegg.
That's right, support
Deputy Prime Minister.
Yes,
giving his endorsement.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah,
He's there. We just seen footage of that on the screen just now.
Walking along with
So
him.
he actually walked with you?
Yeah, we went for an hour-long walk around Sheffield.
Well, he'd be your MP, is he?
He's not my MP, but he's
a Sheffield
like
MP,
next
isn't he?
over MP. He's in the district over. But that's an incredible honour to be sat around with a sitting
Did
deputy
you not say to you,
head of
listen,
state.
son, why didn't you just get yourself a job?
Well, I may have made a crack about after the next general elections, which didn't go down well. So we're still okay.
Well, you'll still be walking at the next general election, won't you?
I will. Yeah, I'll still be walking
How
for
long
another
are we
9
talking?
months.
When did you start?
3 weeks ago.
And how long is it going to take you?
2 years.
2
So
years.
you'll be here for the World Cup.
I'm missing the World Cup. Yeah.
Wow.
But I'll be in France or Italy for the World Cup, so that'll be pretty good.
You've had some boots specially made.
Yeah, it's great sponsors in North Yorkshire.
You were telling us off air that your sponsors, when you approached them, and they said, listen, we've made boots for someone who's walking the length of the Nile. And you said, well, that's 1/6 of my journey.
Yeah. So they decided to sponsor me after that, which has worked out all right. Yeah, but incredible guys. Altberg, a company in North Yorkshire, literally couple of like experienced old guys in a little workshop handcrafting.
Yeah.
And I had some blisters like you would do.
Yeah.
Gave them a phone call and they went, "This is what you need to do."
I mean, the toilet this morning.
Yes, let's move to the toilet. Yeah.
You're obviously quite serious. I mean, it felt like quite an emotional moment.
Yeah, it is.
And that must be something else. I mean, to be able to sit there and knowing that people can actually, sit in the feeling that people can see you.
I mean, it highlights the issue you're raising money for, isn't it? Sanitation, effectively, and giving people the dignity to have access to decent sanitation.
Dignity is it's an important word in it all as well, because dignity, pride, empowerment, they're all kind of words that are bandied around quite a lot. But development is mainly about allowing people to take control of their own future. And obviously dignity's got to be a part of that.
No, neither of us felt that we could actually sit there. What was it like sitting in that toilet?
It was strange.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Strange. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think, like I said, you're at your most vulnerable at that point, aren't you?
Yeah.
You are literally naked to the world.
Yeah, you are.
And if you have to do that in an open area with no protection, and some of the areas we're talking about, some of the areas we're working with, it's no protection, not just from prying eyes, but predators.
But safety. Oh my goodness!
You're talking human predators, maybe animal predators. Yeah.
Now, so it's about Sanitation Projects. You've identified, is it 11 communities?
Yes.
That you want to assist them to get their sanitation and fresh water.
Yes.
And you've actually managed to achieve 3 already.
Yeah. That's beyond expectations, I've got to say. At the end of the day, we're a small group of young volunteers. I'm the oldest volunteer. The guys who work, people volunteer for us range from 19 up to 27, and then we have experienced advisors.
But you're the only one crazy enough to do the walk.
Yeah, no one else has come along.
I'm just surprised.
I'm assuming they're giving you support in the background.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. I mean, they came down to London today, pushed an event, running our projects, being first point. Being in touch with 11 different organisations in 11 different countries, in 4 different time zones. It's a logistical nightmare.
Now, the organisation is actually called the Long
Well
Walk. It's actually called that.
Yeah.
It's going on for 2 years.
Yeah, we started April 2012, and originally, when I decided to do the walk, I was thinking about doing it for a bigger organisation, but then sat down both with my own thoughts and then with experienced sector professionals and decided if this is something I want to commit 5 years of my life to, my friends, my family, you know, I'm reaching out to everybody possible to help with this.
Sure.
I want to know exactly where the money is going. I want to know exactly, so I can tell anybody, well, this is where your money's gone. So we decided to set up a little charity so that we can track every single donation to its use in a project.
Amazing. Tell me this, what are you most looking forward to seeing on your walk? I mean, you must be thinking ahead, thinking, oh, I can't wait to see something. There must be those thoughts and those visions in your mind.
Oh, yeah. And they'll probably change every day as I'm walking along.
Yeah. Is it the finish line in Cape Town?
It's always going to be the finish line. Always getting to the Cape of Good Hope, which I think is about 60, 70 miles south of Cape Town, and just lying down on a beach. That's going to be in my mind for quite a long time.
Is there anything you're really not looking forward to?
Blisters and chafing is the main thing.
I was going to say, yeah. Lots of talcum powder, lots of Vaseline, lots of spare socks.
I discovered an amazing cream about a week ago.
Oh,
so,
really?
yeah, it's magic.
You must tell me, because I'm going to be cycling to Syria. So you must tell me what it is, because I think we need some of that.
I'd pull it out, but we've got it all. Yeah, I'll pull it out.
Fantastic. Well, listen, stay with us.
Thank you.
We're just going for a quick break, and it's a good time for you just to relax.
That's it.
Yeah.
Put your feet up, you're going to need it. That's right. Well, as Naeem says, we are now going to our first break of the evening.